We are here with what might be the final episode of Storyteller. That's right, while last week we technically beat the game, we also unlocked these little secret endings or secret tasks. So on a handful of levels, there are these stamps you can get for getting the characters to do specific things. And today, our goal is to go through and get all of these and finally 100% this game. So let's start with the first one, which is called Macabre, in which we need to have someone laugh at a gravestone. Macabre. How do we get someone to laugh at a gravestone? Okay, first thought is we need someone to be happy someone is dead. And I think the only way that happens is if someone is jealous or kind of a terrible person. And now usually we all know that we hate Isabel. So I think we need Edgar and Lenora to fall in love. And then we need Edgar to turn down Isabel. And so now Isabel is pissed because she loves Edgar and Edgar loves Lenora. And then I believe if Lenora dies, then she just laughs because she is, as we know, a bit of a ruthless bitch, but hey. That is number one. The next one is actually another one we can do on the same level, which is called Shocked Wives. Which again, I don't know, how would you shock a wife? Shocked wives. I feel like that means that they have to share a husband. So Edgar, I think he's gonna get around. No, wait. Edgar's loyal. Edgar would only get married again if Lenora died. So... Wait. Okay, hang on. Lenora has to fake die. Lenora is dead, and now he's heartbroken. And now Edgar's gonna marry Isabel. And then Isabel, the girls are gonna talk, and they're gonna find out they're kind of sharing a man, which, you know what? Might not be their goal. But all right, that's everything in chapter 2. And now we go to chapter 3. And this one is called Terrified Ghost. Terrified Ghost. Now, if I was a ghost, what would scare me? You know, let's just start with the wedding, and then we're gonna kill Edgar, and we're gonna kill Lenora, and then, well, they're still in love. That's not really terrifying. What would you know what? Maybe the true most terrifying thing to a ghost is the devil. Oh my God, he's pulling them to hell. Okay, you know what? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That would probably scare me too. And now there's also apparently 2 puzzles for this one. One of them is called Age Difference, which is crazy name, but all right, age difference. How do we get things to be different? So we have Edgar and the dog, and we need an age difference. So if we age them, then they're both older. Okay, hang on. What if the dog isn't a thing? What if we age Edgar, and then Edgar is old, but the dog is young? And then what do we do next? Do we need the dog to get old now? And now the dog is old and Edgar is dead. Okay, wait, this is just heartbreaking. No, hang on. Oh, wait. Maybe Edgar comes back to life. Oh my God, that's what okay. Edgar is old and he meets the dog. Time passes, Edgar dies, but then he comes back. And then young Edgar meets the old dog. Okay, this is nice. This one makes me happy. I'm glad the dog didn't have to die this time. He's re-met with his owner. There is another puzzle on this one, which is called End of Time. Now, End of Time, I don't entirely know what that means, but End of Time to me makes me feel like the hourglass goes down. So End of Time, I think we just put a bunch of hourglasses and slowly the sand trickles down. This is just me waiting to hit 50K subs, and eventually there's a crack. After all this wait, our patience is rewarded with a nice little achievement, a stamp, and a sandcastle. Cool, nice, fun, wonderful. Okay, well, I think that's everything in chapter 3 we can do for the achievements. So let's go to chapter 4 now. And we go to level 4-1, and there is a puzzle which is called Werther. And so, Werther. I think this is actually based on an old book where I think it's about like some guy who goes to live his life and then he gets spiraling because his best friend doesn't love him and he keeps trying to get her, but she's just not about it. And then he eventually kills himself. Yep, the original story by Ghost. So that's fun. That's cool. I mean, you know, Bernard, I think you got a little bit of a tough shake here, but not the worst thing. And the next one, while we're on the classic stories bus, the next one is the wonderful, wonderful classic tale of Romeo and Juliet. So, as we all know, old Romeo and Juliet, they fall in love. And then Juliet dies, and Romeo is heartbroken. Because, like, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? He's kind of a little bit upset about that. You know, it's his wife who's dead. And then he, in a bout of depression, kills himself. And then Juliet, she took a plant which made her seem dead. So she wasn't actually dead, comes back and finds out that her husband is dead. And then, as all tragedies go, she then proceeds to kill herself, which is wonderful, wonderful story. Good lesson. Great, super cool. I'm glad we're not overreacting here. And that is Romeo and Juliet. And the next one is called Excesses, which I don't really know what that means. Excesses. What is it? Are there any hints? I don't know if there's hints. Excess. So I mean, we'll start with Edgar and Lenora are gonna fall in love. Maybe? I don't fucking know what I'm even trying to do here. Excesses. Edgar and Lenora fall in love. And then Isabel tries to make a move on Lenora, but can't. So then... No, oh, wait. No, she makes a move on Edgar. And she can't. So then she goes to poison it to kill her. It doesn't work. So then Edgar dies. And then Isabel, having killed Edgar... Wait, does she drink wine? No, she's just sad. Lenora oh! Okay, well, we accidentally got that one. Lenora just drinks until she passes out. And you know what? While we're doing this, I think... Isabel, you kind of fucking suck, so I think it's okay. This is just a net positive if you go. I'm sorry I had to hear this way, but it had to be done. All right, and then there is another one, actually. There's another one we can do that we can do on 4-2. We already did this one, but I'm gonna show it anyway. Ghostbuster. So a ghost gets vaporized. How do you vaporize a ghost? So I think for starters, we need these two to get married. They're in love. And then one of them is gonna have to drink the poison. Which isn't poison, it's devil spit. Which famously makes you breathe fire. And so now Edgar, he's locked and loaded, and little does he know, he's about to re-meet his love and send her to hell. And what happens now if she's... Oh my god, she's back again as a ghost. All right, well, that's how you do it. There's no pop-up for that one because you already did it already, but just as a demonstration so you guys can know. And that is 4-2. And the next one, these ones are in chapter 5, is called Batrachian Affair. Batrachian Affair. We need frogs to kiss. So, how do we get two frogs to kiss? First thought is the witch has to reject the prince, as she does. Or as he does, rather. The prince is a little bit too pretentious for it. And the witch turns him into a frog. As she does. And then, as we know, if the devil goes to the potion, the cauldron, he will poison it. Which, what does the frog do? Nothing. Okay. Which will turn the witch into a frog. And then the prince is a frog in the woods, and he sees the witch, and they meet. He seems a little bit too chill about this. I don't know why she's happy to say this. She kind of did this. He's being too cool about this. But as it's their only way through, these two frogs will pucker up. And you know what? I think in a beautiful way, they don't change. They're just the same. Because maybe they were perfect this way the whole time. I mean, probably not. I would have probably preferred to be a person again too. But, so the other one we can do... Second chance. The witch removes the curse. Now, how do we get the witch to remove the curse? I mean, first thing again, Prince turns down the witch, and the witch, being a little bit of a petty witch, turns him into a frog. So he's a frog now, and his only way back is for the witch to turn him back. Which right now she's just kind of taunting. Wait, but if the witch becomes hot again, we make the witch hot, they meet in the forest, the prince is going to tell her, like, hey, listen, I'm sorry, I'm a prince. Please, just kiss me and give me one more chance. And the prince, he gets his wish, and he comes back, and they are happily in love, and he has learned a valuable lesson about refusing to kiss strangers. It feels like not a great lesson, but I mean, hey. And there's also, believe it or not, one more achievement hidden stamp you can get on this level. And this achievement is called Titanic, which, I mean, famously is a ship that sank. So Titanic, how do we have a heartbreak where someone sinks? What do you do? Oh, you know what? It's not an iceberg, but it'll get the job done. Okay, so what happens if he does this, and then they're here, okay. They just drown. Not what we're looking for. So someone has to survive. How do I make someone survive this? All right, let me start over. So we're doing the Titanic. Let me start by making the prince into a frog again. I feel like usually making the prince into a frog is a fairly good call. I don't think it's necessarily deserved, but it's something, you know? And then the witch is gonna turn hot, and she is going to meet the prince in the woods and be like, hey, I'm fine as hell now, do you want me? He goes, yes. And while he is thinking he has a cure lined up, the devil, the tricky bastard that he is gonna puncture the boat. Frog Prince is gonna wait, and he is going to watch the witch die. No. Oh, you know what? It has to be the Titanic. You know what? Okay, I did it wrong. I think it was the right answer. Let's do this one more time. So in the Titanic, famously, it's the it's the girl who survives. So to do the Titanic, the witch has to be hot. She is going to drink from the cauldron again and become a frog. And then she meets the prince for the first time. And the prince is an easy guy, and he's like, you know what, if you're a fine as hell witch, say less, I am there. So they pick a date, pick a time, they pick a love boat, but the devil sneaks in, does his thing, and drains the boat, and the witch, while waiting for her chance, watches the prince fail. Is this not it? Am I doing something wrong here? No. Okay, I'm still doing something wrong and I don't know what. Let me try this again. So maybe because the Titanic, it's they're in love. Maybe they have to be in love first. I think, oh my god. So it's still the witch has to die. Okay, so we're remaking the Titanic. The witch is in love with the prince, and she's like, you know what? I gotta look good for the big. I gotta get ready for the game. You know, the game is tomorrow. I gotta lock in. I gotta look my best. Goes to take her hot juice, turns into a frog. Heartbreaking affair. And then she sees the prince again. Oh wait, no, hang on. You know, yeah, she sees the prince again. The devil comes in, screws it all up, and then the prince, unfortunately, falls apart while the frog reaches to save him but can't because she's a frog. Okay. We had the idea right. We forgot the part where, you know, in Titanic, you know, like Rose and Jack were madly in love, and there was no love. It was a heartless thing that we did. It was just self-serving. And you know what? That's on me for not realizing that. But that's the end of this level. There is a solution here where this puzzle has a solution, which is called the mirror praises Tiny. The mirror praises Tiny. How do we get the mirror to praise Tiny? So I feel like the mirror's only gonna praise Tiny. I mean, nothing against him if he is legitimately the last possible choice. Which means that the witch is gonna turn Snowy into a frog, R.I.P. She's gonna go back to the well, find out that the prince is finer than her. She's on a fucking kill streak here. 2 kills, she's almost at a UAV. Turn the prince into a frog. Back to the mirror. It's Tiny who's hot now. And Tiny, you know what? He deserves a little comp. He deserves an ego boost. Look how happy he is. Man, what a guy. Oh, the achievement's called low bar. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit worse. I feel like Tiny, you know what? You get what you can, King. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, man. You deserve to be happy. And that's the end of all of the achievements in Chapter 5. Which leads us to Chapter 7, Crown Intrigue, where the first one is in 7-1, which is... we are trying to get the, they're called like rivals or something as this achievement. Rivals. How do we make ghosts fight? I mean... The Baron wants the crown, but there's no crown here. So he does the next best thing and he just fucks with the knight because, you know, he can. And then the knight comes back from the dead, returns, gets his vengeance on the Baron, pushes him off, is a little bit upset. He's a little bit scared of heights too. But then the Baron's ghost scares him. And then these fated rivals, having now killed each other numerous times, are here to live forever in a fright battle. Mutually haunting each other, which feels like, you know, maybe possibly a waste of time for ghosts. I don't exactly know the politics of it, but there's probably better solutions to this. And the next one we're going for is called Suitor, where Suitor. This one's a little bit weird. We got some scaly shit going on here. Suitor. So the queen needs to marry a dragon. Okay, cool. First thought, so the queen doesn't really fuck with the Baron, but we know that if someone rescues her, she will owe them her life. So, oh my god. So the Baron kidnaps the queen, and then he throws on his little fursuit, and he comes back to save the day. And the queen, she's not about appearances. She's all about favors and actions. So she finds love with this beautiful, beautiful dragon creature, and he spends the rest of his life as a dragon king. Again, this is, I know I said it last time, this is some Shrek bullshit. But hey, c'est la vie. Could be worse. And that's everything in Chapter 7 we can do for achievements. But we can still do something in 8.3, which this achievement is called Fear. And people need to be afraid of the butler. And how do you get people afraid of the butler? Fear. How do we get people afraid of the butler? So the butler, I mean, hey, first thing, what's scarier than a guy with a gun? Especially someone who has a gun who you're really pissed at. And I mean, we know he kills the Duke. Oh, wait. I think I know what happens. The Duchess watches the murder. She sees this shit go... Wait. She sees this shit go down. Sorry, I made it a little bit too wholesome for a bit. And then she has to be afraid of him. I mean, if he sees her now, he's just gonna shoot her dead. Yeah, she's dead. So that's not the solution here. So she's afraid of the butler right now. But for him to not kill her, I think he has to put the gun back. And then the butler is here miserable. I don't know why he would go back to his job after killing his boss, but he goes back. And she takes the drink. No, maybe the Duke doesn't die. Is that it? No. Okay, well, she's drinking it. Let me try it again. so for this one, oh, wait. I think that was actually important. Oh my God, okay. Dude. So we need the Duchess is a bitch. Okay. This one is called Fear, which means that the Duchess has to accept the drink. Because if you're the Duchess, you, for whatever reason, you get your sick kicks by making the butler grab a million drinks that you don't even fucking want. So what happens here is she's messing with him. She's like, I want a martini. And he's like, oh God, okay. And he does the reasonable thing as, you know, a working man, and he grabs a gun. And then the Duchess peeks through her window and she sees the butler. He goes off the goddamn deep end and he kills her husband. And while your first thought would be, oh man, she should be concerned. No. Well, I mean, technically, yes. She is afraid, and instead of going to the police, she will instead happily take her drink. Which, I mean, hey. What better motivator than seeing your husband shot in front of you? I don't know where he took the body, but that gets the job done, you know? It kind of locks things up. And that is actually the only achievement we can do in Chapter 8, I'm assuming? And then Chapter 9... we have to go to level 9-4. And we have to do... let me get rid of everything here. Unlikely match, which means the Baron has to marry the Knight. How do we get the Baron to marry the Knight? Okay. So first thought, the Baron, he wants the crown, and he doesn't have the crown. So... that means that... okay. For the Baron to marry the Knight has to be the king. Which means that the Queen, she's out for a nice little walk exploring the views. And the Baron, he just kills her. He pushes her off the edge. And while you would expect, you know, maybe the Baron would get the crown, nope. It goes to the Knight. And because the Baron is a cultured man who, you know, is down for anything and anyone, as long as they have a crown, they will find love in the most pure and real way. Yes, this is true, genuine love. It is not motivated by any selfish means. Surely this is true. So that is everything in Chapter 9. I had a little bit of a mix-up, so I had to cut around that, so sorry for that. But there's actually a bunch of bonus achievements in Chapter 10 Genesis. So the first one is called Gluttony. All right, so Gluttony... I mean, what better way to be a glutton than to just eat and, you know, eat, you know, one more and then, you know, hey, why not go crazy? One more here. You know, hey, you guys are looking good. You're looking slim. I think one more apple. How bad? You know what? Let's go crazy. Like, oh, ooh, that doesn't look great. Ooh, I mean, surely Eve has learned her lesson. Oh. Nope, and that is a really loud gargling noise. God damn. All right, well, I mean, they look great for what it's worth. Very, very normal and good. All right, that's another one down. The next one is called Dust to Dust. So for this, we gotta have a couple people that go back to the well. You know, Adam eats the apple. Eve eats the apple, and God is pissed off. I mean, rightfully so, because I feel like if you give people one rule of, you know, not eating from the forbidden fruit, and then they do, it'd be kind of a little pissed off. And then they exist here as just two pillars of ash and salt, and God is still a little bit pissed off. Bill Cipher, kind of an asshole, but, you know, hey. And there's also another achievement for this one. God, all right. Let me run this one back here. So, this one is called Evil Wins, and again, Adam, as we know, he eats the apple. He has no self-control. He's learned nothing. He's been told not to. And they get judged, admittedly a little bit harshly by Bill Cipher, who zaps them, strikes them down, etc., etc. And then they, as these little salt pillars, go back to the devil, who's, I mean, a little bit proud of himself, as he probably should be. And laughing, because, you know, hey, he kind of fucked them up there. I'll be honest. I'll give it up. He's a bit of an asshole, but he got the job done. So that's that one. That's Dust to Dust. then there's, I can't believe I'm saying this, there's another achievement on this one. All right, let me try this again. This one is called the original fight. So how do we get Adam and Eve to fight? So they're in love, a happy little couple as they are. And as we know, they're not supposed to eat the fruit, but I mean, shit, they're gonna eat the fucking fruit. Adam's gonna eat the apple, and he wants his beautiful, beautiful Eve to eat the apple, as she does. And then they go to judgment, but Adam is, you know, he's out this day. So it's just Eve who gets struck down for eating the apple, which, I mean, she probably should have known a little bit better. And Adam, oh, is heartbroken because his wife is dead. But okay, that's not it. So, you know what? For them to fight, Eve probably has to come back from the dead, returns, and then Adam, sad, missing his wife, and he's sleeping in the doghouse tonight. But you know, I'll say it, kind of warranted, brother. You kind of fucked up a bit. You know, maybe didn't need to give her the apple, brother. God, okay, you know what? That's fine. We'll let it go. And then, so it's gluttony, evil wins, dust to dust, and original fight all can be done on this one puzzle. There is one more. And this involves our goat, our hero, Friedrich. So for this one, we're going for William Tell. William Tell, how do we get someone to pierce an apple? All right, so, you know, I guess first thought, Friedrich in love with Eve. Horribly, horribly in love. Like, dramatically so. And Eve, actually, you know, Friedrich is too smart to eat the apple, but Eve is not. And so Friedrich is sitting there with God, and he's pissed. He doesn't like God. He's not a real big fan. And he's even less of a fan when he sees his beloved get smitten down. So Friedrich, doing what he does, grabs his gun, prepared to kill God, but instead, he's gonna take a little bit of a detour. And he's gonna shoot the apple and try to kill the snake, get his revenge on the fruit of sin. And you know what? Hey, one time for the one. He kills God too. He gets a double kill. I think that's probably better. The next one is, oh my God, there's so many of these. We have to go for matriarchy, where the queen marries the maid, which apparently we can have happen here. So how do we get the queen to marry the maid? Matriarchy. How do we get the queen to marry the maid? So, I mean, for starters, the Baron always wants the crown. And his first thought is he's gonna kill the king, because this is one step closer. And because he is a gentleman who doesn't kill women, he imprisons them. And he is gonna, you know, he's gonna put the queen in jail. And he's gonna be like, you know what? I did my job, I got it done. But little did he know, maid rolls up, girls get it done. The queen is catching feelings and her husband is recently deceased. So then, the Baron, gloating, you're actually a little bit pissed off he doesn't have the crown, gets his ass kicked, deservedly. Pushed off the cliff, and the queen, satisfied at last, without a husband to her name, falls in love with the maid, and love wins. And it's also a rags to riches story. This is a hell of a come up here. God damn. And that is the only achievement for this chapter, for chapter 11. But the next one is for 12-1. This achievement is just called Howl at the Moon. My roommate just sneezed. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it's very funny. This one's called Howl at the Moon. Now, how would I howl at the moon? Probably become a werewolf and then howl? No. Because he only turns at the full moon. Juliet is nervous at the moon. So Bernard becomes a werewolf. Juliet is chilling at the crescent moon. And then it's a full moon again, and Bernard... You know, I get it now. Bernard, he just needed to be a werewolf when that happened. That was actually surprisingly easy. That wasn't super, super hard. Cool, all right. Next one. We have to... Brother, we gotta... The dragon's going to jail. How do we send the dragon to jail? I mean, first off, we need a dragon. Baron puts on his scale suit, as he does, and he torments the queen with, again, the funniest noise I think I've ever heard in my entire life. And the queen, she finds the detective. She finds Mr. Sherlock and says, "Sir, we gotta do something about this." And the detective, with no fear, locks up... No. He's also afraid. This changes things a bit. So he's afraid of the dragon. Oh, wait, okay. So the dragon is... So we have to know that the Baron is the dragon. Because right now, he's not going to arrest him because he thinks it's a real dragon, because as smart as Sherlock is, he's kind of really dumb. So the Baron puts on his disguise, scares the detective. You know what? We're gonna have him scare the queen too, because you know why not. And then he takes off his disguise. Actually, no, he can't scare the queen. He takes off his disguise. The detective finds the fingerprints, and while on his way to arrest him, the Baron goes, "You know what? I gotta scare the queen. I got one more hit. I gotta get done." And the detective, knowing it's now a fake, arrests the dragon. And I don't even want to know what happens if you go to prison in a suit like this, man. But you are coming back a very different man than you went in. God damn. And all right, in 12-4. So we're going for an achievement, Heart on the Outside, where the professor cries. So how do we make the professor cry? I mean, first thought, Dracula is here, and Dracula loves turning people into vampires, famously. And the professor, he is gonna see Mina, and he's gonna hold the garlic. He looks a little bit stressed about this. I don't know if the professor has any relation to Mina, but John is gonna walk in and find out that, oh shit, there's a vampire. I gotta take care of this because I love Mina. And so Mina is asleep in the crypt, and John does not know how to differentiate vampires. So he kills Mina, goes back to the professor. I got the job done. He gives him a second steak. Okay, sure. And then the professor, does he just see Mina? Oh, why was that? That was like the tear from SpongeBob. And he sees Mina, who died tragically in this beautiful theatrical pose. Cool. Wonderful. And that is the last achievement for this section. And now, drama third, this one, I don't even know what's happening here. All right. Family bond. We need to have a cousin affair. I don't even want to know what's going on here anymore. There is something weird going on. So a cousin affair means that they have to have the same parent. So family. So Haiti is gonna be Peachy's dad, and Bluey is gonna be Greenie's mom. Wait. Yes. Yeah, this is probably fine. Haiti is Peachy's dad, and Bluey is Greenie's dad. And so these two are going to they're going to fall in love. And Bluey, I think you shouldn't be so chill with this. How do you become cousins? Haiti is Bluey's dad. Haiti is Greenie's dad. Greenie is Bluey's brother. Bluey is Tiny's father. Peachy and... I need something else to happen here. I need another family tree thing. I think Greenie has to be Tiny's dad. And now they just have an affair. What an insane fucking... This is like math, but with cousins having sex. Which is an incredible sentence that I just said for the first time ever. Alright, well that's the last one in this chapter. There are actually a couple of these that we can do in the last ones. So in 14:4... Crown Secrets. Crown Secrets. The king and the queen catch each other having affairs. Okay. I mean... For this to happen, the queen, off rip, the queen sees the maid. And how do we get the queen to have an affair? No, she's not about it. She will only have an affair if the knight saves her. So the queen catches the king and the maid having an affair, and then the king puts the queen in jail, maid in jail. No. Then the queen kills the maid, and the king finds out the maid is dead, so he kidnaps the queen. No, we have to do something different here. But so they have to catch her having an affair. So the queen has to see this, and then I think I was right. I think the queen is gonna kidnap the maid, and then the king is gonna save the maid, and then because now he knows that his side piece got punished by his main piece, he's gonna lock the queen up. And that means that the knight can swoop in and save the day. And with this love now kindled, the king, I mean, he sees that his queen escaped jail, which is kind of funny. But then he also sees this, and I don't know if he's that upset about the love or that she escaped jail. But I mean, messy ass relationship. And there is another achievement. There's another achievement we can do on this level, which is called Backstabber. So Backstabber, we need the maid to kill the knight. How do we get the maid to kill the knight? I mean, this has been a pretty strong start everywhere. Is the queen sees her loyal man cheating on her. She gets pissed, and she kidnaps the maid. And then the king frees the maid because that's his love. His side piece is his main piece. And he kidnaps the queen. And then, because this is just an endless chain at this point, the queen is saved by the knight, who finds out the king arrested his crush. So he puts the king in jail, and then the maid saves him, but this is so convoluted. Saves it, finds out the knight is the traitor, and the knight, horrified of heights, sitting on the edge of a cliff for no reason, gets pushed by the maid, who is a class traitor. And you know what? I don't know. We're playing prison tag here at this point, but I mean, I guess it gets the job done. But I believe there are 2 more achievements that we need. And I messed up my positioning, so I have to make sure I have the names for these right. What can I do on this one? All right, for one of them, we just have to make the devil pissed. I feel like that's a pretty easy thing to do. For the devil to get pissed, he has to get sabotaged, because he's a tricky little bastard. Does any of this matter? No, I mean, that's just a picture of herself. I don't think she cares about this. We're gonna leave it anyway. So the devil is he kidnaps the queen. And I mean, what happens if the knight saves, you know what? I want it to be the queen. So the knight saves the queen. They're in love, and he finds out about the devil. I mean, does he fight the devil now? No, he's still afraid. Okay, knight, you are not really doing your part. Oh, I think he's probably just upset if he gets there and there's no one in the cage now. Yeah. Brother, you got outsmarted. You got a knight. Your entire plan was outsmarted by someone grabbing a lever, which, I mean, again, maybe not the best plan at that point. But there is one more. There's one more we have to do. Solution here. There's one more achievement we can do here, which I think is the last achievement, and it's the queen and the knight have to marry in the afterlife. So for this to happen, I mean, so we know the queen, she doesn't really F with broke bitches, so she scoots him away. But if the knight saves her, then she's chill with it. So the queen is gonna be arrested by the devil, who's a bastard, and then the knight is gonna save her. She's in love now, and we need, I mean, do they just die? The queen dies of old age. And then the knight is sad, and then the knight dies of old age, and the queen is maybe sad. And then possibly, maybe, the queen and the knight fall in love. Oh my god. That afterlife lovers, all right. I mean, it counts. They got there. And with that, if you saw the achievement procced, we did indeed fully 100% beat this game. And while this has been an absolute blast of a journey, and I hope you guys have enjoyed being a part of this with me, I do have one little surprise in store for you guys, which is I did recently find out that there are apparently lots of mods for this game. And one of the mod packs I found that I'm going to check out and see if it's good, I'm really excited for. So if you guys want more Storyteller, there is potentially more on the horizon. I think I'm going to save it for when we hit 50k subs. I will go in and I will play the new chapters, the new mod stuff, and we'll see how it is. Because this has been a lot of fun. Again, sport has been amazing. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And I mean, hey, on that note, this has been Storyteller.